Hi, this is Miss Carly, and this is your flip video for 5.3. Today we're going to find the focus and directrix of parabolas. The focus is a point, and that point is always inside the parabola. So if your parabola is concave up, it'll be above the vertex. If your parabola is concave down, it will be below the vertex. Your directrix is a line, and this line is always outside. For our parabolas, it will always be horizontal. It should never touch the parabola. And if your focus is above, your directrix will be below. It's always going the opposite direction. If your focus is below, your directrix should be above. Both of them are equidistant from the vertex. Equidistant means that they're the same distance away. Basically, you can think of the vertex kind of like the midpoint. How far away they are, we call that distance C. So in order for us to find the focus and directrix, we're going to have to know a little bit more about this C value. All right, so let's find the focus and directrix. The first thing I want to do is find the vertex because I know that my focus and my directrix are equidistant from the vertex, so I pretty much need to know what the vertex is first. So I'm going to type it into my calculator, and I'm going to graph it. All right, so if you notice, this parabola is concave up, so our vertex is a minimum. I'm going to hit second trace minimum, left bound, right bound. All right, and my minimum is 2, 2. So I'm going to write that down. I'm also going to sketch a little graph of what my parabola looks like. This is going to help me determine whether I need to go above the vertex or below the vertex to find my focus and directrix. All right, so now I need to find C. C is based on whatever your A value is. For our parabola, our A value is 1. For all of the parabolas that we do, our A value is going to be 1. There's a formula that you don't need to memorize because all of our parabolas are going to have A is equal to 1. And it's A is equal to 1 over 4 times C. And our A value is 1. So pretty much if you were to cross multiply this, C would end up equaling 1/4, which we could just say is 0.25. For every single parabola that we are going to do in Math 3, your C value will be 0.25 because for the parabolas that we do, our A value is always going to be 1. In pre-calculus, you're going to be doing the same exact unit, except your A value will be different. So your C value will be different when you get to pre-calc. But for us, if you can just remember, since A is 1, C is always 0.25 away. All right, so pretty much from my vertex, this means I need to go up 0.25 units to get my focus, because your focus is always on the inside, and I need to go down 0.25 units to get my directrix. So since I'm only moving up and down, the only part of the vertex that I need to change is the y-coordinate. You're always only going to need to change the y-coordinate because all of our parabolas are concave up or concave down. So if you're only moving up and down, you're only changing the y. So pretty much all I'm going to do is take my vertex. I'm going to add 0.25 to figure out what my focus is. So my focus would be 2, and 2 plus 0.25 is just 2.25. And my directrix is going to be 0.25 units below. So now to find my directrix, I need to minus 0.25. Now here's the thing that you have to remember. Your directrix is a line. It's a horizontal line. So my directrix is going to be y equals, and then 2 minus 0.25 is 1.75. All right, so that's pretty much all you have to do. We're going to find our vertex. Our C value is always going to be 0.25. So you're either going to add that 0.25 to get your focus, or you're going to subtract 0.25 to get your directrix. And if your parabola was facing the other way, you would just do the opposite. But you're always just adding and subtracting from the y value, and it's always going to be 0.25 for us. All right, so here are 3 questions that I would like for you to write down on a piece of paper and be prepared to turn these in on Monday as evidence that you have watched this video. If you have any other questions that you're not sure of, please write them down as well. And then when you come to class on Monday, you need to either ask myself or Miss Dietrich so that we can help you. The first question I need for you to answer is what type of figures are the focus and directrix? Where on the graph are they? How would you know where the focus was and where the directrix was? And what pieces of information do you need in order to find the focus and directrix? If you can answer those three questions, you will be prepared for Monday.